What's up everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Bayonetta. In the last episode we started chapter 10 and we did some boss refights. In this episode we should be finishing things out. There's not too much left to go in this chapter. There's an Alpine challenge left. Of course, there are these little grapefruit enemies. Of course, expect nothing less than pure platinum on that fight. Not because, you know, I'm great at talking and playing or anything, but because just a really easy fight. And now the fight up here. Oh, I think that galaxy spray is reused from the hourglass. Just a quirky observation. Oh, yep. It is the goddamn kinships. Of course, they lob the grapefruit enemies at you, and then they just send you the curveballs with the 3 kinships here. At least these ones are the ones that are all in a row. The last time we fought kinships, it was the mobile one and the one that was standing still, which made it very difficult. Because you had one that spent a majority of its time out of sight of you. Also, I have to turn down the volume a bit. I think some of that's getting picked up by the mic. There we go. Okay, so that's at least one kinship dead. Hopefully I don't die to the other two. There's a laser. Double laser all the way across the sky. At least I had that red hot shot. That was pretty handy. Also, while I'm looking at the glass half full, at least they have low health too. This could get very ugly if they were more durable. Oh my god, kinships. You are my least favorite enemy. Die! Die, die! Not many things in games frustrate me. I'm usually pretty calm. Super Meat Boy, totally fine. Even with the Dark Worlds. Even shit that's designed to be not only difficult, but flat out unfair, like I want to be the Bashi. Totally calm through. Kinships just... They find that nerve and they just hit it over and over again. But what they do for our benefit is they... God damn it, I hear my phone's battery about to die. They enable us to get to these 2 floating light platforms over here so we can get some nice little chests with hearts and good things for all the happy, good children. The children of the world. So, where do we go from here? Oh, right, the light platforms. And down here, I see the statues. You would think that there would be enemies in these statues, but there aren't. One of these statues has an arcade bullet in them. Or in it. Not that one, so is it this one? No, it's not. It must be further in the level. I believe we've seen this tentacle path before. Oh, this is the one with the arcade bullet, right? Yes, it is. And now that we've gotten to this walkway, I think I know what comes next. Yes, I do! Okay, so if you thought kinships were bad, these guys, they have the potential to be way worse. Except for some reason, even though I acknowledge that these guys are harder to fight than kinships, I don't mind them as much. My hatred for kinship is so weird. I think it's self-reinforcing. Like, I hate them because I'm convinced that I hate them. That kind of weird thing. So they're called Graciousness and Glory. I think it's Gloriousness or Glorious, and they're palette swaps of Grace and Glory. They're Gracious, Glorious, Most Refined Golden palette swaps. And the key difference, if you haven't noticed already, is that I cannot activate Witch Time against them. They are immune to that effect. So, all those traits, the very high damage, the high speed, the high aggression of these enemies, that made their non-golden counterparts actually much easier to deal with. Like, the speed and the aggression of the other ones it's kind of advantageous to you because it gives you more opportunities to activate Witch Time. It also makes them kind of predictable. Here, though, it just makes them very dangerous. And, of course, he killed me. Not too surprised. With the low health I got away with after fighting the kinships, not surprised to die on that fight at least once. So, let's just go ahead and try that again. Yeah, you can dodge these guys all you want. It's really not too easy to get a good opening when there's both of them running around. Still not sure what a totally optimal way of handling those guys is. I usually take a lot of damage no matter when I'm playing the game. Like, even in my normal non-commentated playthroughs, they can be very, very dangerous. But that's okay. The best way I've found to deal with them is just to accept that if you're overly aggressive, that they're going to punish the shit out of you. So you kind of have to be okay with being pretty defensive here and not being too greedy with your openings when you get them. If you're good at dodge offsetting, that helps a lot. It's not easy to do when you have to actively explain things, but even so, I'm fine with the playing a little bit calm and defensive. These guys, they are the pain train all the way to Death Town sometimes. Sometimes you just have to accept the fact that even when one of them are open, you just have to kind of look at the other one and say, okay, it's too dangerous to go in on one. It's nice when you can get them separated a bit for at least a couple seconds. You'll get way more openings that way, but they tend to stick together. But the nice thing about them being bunched up is they are susceptible to sweeping AoE attacks, like the punch-kick-punch with Cereza. Yay, I can get... good. Good. Alright, I took a little more damage than I wanted to there, but I at least laid into him a bit. Oh, this might be a fun time to mention. Graciousness and Glorious here are palette swaps because, again, of RAM limitations. Platinum wanted to add new enemies into this area of the game, but it was too late into production to shuffle things around to the level to free up memory for new enemies, so they did the palette swaps. I guess it's not a 100% RAM limitation, it was too late in development when they wanted to add these for them to reprioritize things, but it's still... If not for the RAM limitations, they would have been able to do something new there. Either way, I don't think they actually needed to do anything new because they provide a unique experience from their palette swapped counterparts, or non-palette swapped rather, the original versions.
What happened to Mummy?
Well, you see, she just went to look for something, that's all. I can't believe that witch, placing a poor helpless child under her spell. If she did anything to this little girl's parents, I swear.
Mommy!
No need to cry. We'll get you to your mom in no time. Here, I've got some candy if you want.
What is this? It's yummy.
I don't know. It's candy. Strawberry, I think?
Hey, Kitty, I've got some yummies. Would you like some?
Is that cat your friend?
Yes, he is. His name is Cheshire. He's cute, isn't he?
Cheshire. What a stupid name. Well, so much for taking the highway. That just means we're gonna have to find something else. Now, all I have to figure out is what to do about you. So, Cerecita, that woman's really your mom?
Uh-huh. My mummy is strong, and she protects me from scary monsters.
Monsters? I don't think you know who the real monsters are. Huh?
Yet more foreshadowing with Cereza. We have her lollipop. We have, like we saw before, that she's, in some way at least, magically inclined. She can see across the realities. And she has a doll who is named Cheshire, which is Bayonetta's pet name for Luca. Also, if you notice on the doll, it has a very distinctive button eye, and that button eye is its left eye. Now, I know that most of you probably get where all of this is leading to, but there are probably a couple people who might not be keeping up with the rest of the class, so I still want to stow the big reveal and let it just happen organically in the game, so that if you haven't caught on to what this is all building up to, then it'll come as a pretty cool surprise, a nice twist. But for the rest of you, you know where this is going. Now, we will head to get an item that I've been talking about for a while from Rodan. Just as soon as this loads. The loading is taking a bit longer lately, since I don't have it. Not even lately, like the past 2 episodes? Pretty much ever since I got my new PS3. And that's just because I have not yet installed it to the hard drive. I have to get around to doing that before the next time I record, so I'll keep that in mind. For now, though, it's just like a couple extra seconds. So the item that I am thinking of, let's see, Celine's Light. It's not Celine's Light. I just want to look at a few descriptions real quick. It is this one, the Moon of Mahakala. And that is the parry accessory that I've been talking about for a while. I'm also going to pick up the Afterburner Kick. Do I have that yet? No, I don't. Afterburner Kick tends to come in handy. So with the Moon, the way the Moon accessory functions is that if you tap the stick in the direction that an enemy is hitting you from, you deflect the attack and you can immediately counter. And if you do it very precisely, you activate Witch Time too. And almost anything in the game can be parried. It also works on projectiles, which is pretty nice. And it's just an additional tool to keep your aggression going. Because rather than dodge out of the way and kind of break the flow of your aggression, you can kind of just attack, go hyper-aggressive, look out for attacks, tap the stick forward, and the flow of the combat is not broken at all. Also, if you notice, the flow of combat is super important to Bayonetta, and one of the things that contributes to that, aside from not having a block button, but instead relying on the dodging and the slow motion witch time mechanic, if you notice, Bayonetta never gets knocked down completely. Some enemies can knock her back and stagger her. You never get knocked down. Very important little subtle details that go into making this combat flow so fluidly, so precisely, and I love it. I love how much detail, how much work goes into not only the mechanics, but just the overall design. It's a brilliant, brilliant game. Now for some backtracking to an Alpine portal. This one isn't too far back. I think it's just past these spikes here, and I think around a couple corners. Oh, also, I'm gonna finally show off the Kilgore Durga combo that I've been talking about for a bit. Plus, I'm gonna start using Kilgore a bit more. This Kilgore is super, super fucking awesome. Try to show it off here in the loading screen real quick. So what you do is you equip something like Scarborough Fair or Sharaba on your hands in one set and Durga on your feet. And then in the opposite set, you equip Colonel Kilgore on your feet. And you, with the Durga set equipped, you do YY, YY, or on the PS3 controller, triangle, 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 triangle. Easier to just say punch, 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 kick, which is the 4-punch string, and then it's the big flurry of kicks. And then as soon as you hit kick, and that flurry of kicks starts, you immediately switch over to your alternate set. And what will happen is, all those flurries of kick, the big flurry of kicks will release rockets from Kilgore in the alternate set. You'll get about 12 rockets fired off, and it leads to just insane damage. This Alfheim Gate we handled just like we did before by abusing the staff, because the staff AoE is ridiculously good. Oh, I got hit. You know what? I'm actually gonna die and reset this because I think I should be able to pure plat this, no problem. Okay, so we're back. Not gonna bother pure platting this. If I do accidentally this time, awesome. I keep taking hits from the later enemies, and I'm not like I just don't want to waste any more time. So we're just gonna do this normally and settle for completion. Which isn't too lofty of a goal for this one. It's just, oh god, it sucks that this one is one of the easier ones to pure plat, and I'm getting hit by these guys. I'm taking just one hit each time. Oh, is this actually, nope. I am like the craziest Jinx. I was gonna say, is this gonna be the time that I actually go through this without taking a hit? Nope, absolutely not. So like I said, the staff is insanely powerful as always because of that AoE attack, and it infinitely respawns. Then you can just pick the bow up here to clean up. It's a good finisher. Whoa, that was very close. That was too close for comfort. Alright, so I only took one hit. Time's probably good. Combo score has to be good. Platinum? Platinum I'd be pretty happy with. Yeah, I'd be more happy with pure plat. But then again, medals have not been the focus of the playthrough. So, any good medal is a good medal. What a profound statement! Any medal is a good medal. Or any good medal is a good medal. Remember, kids, a good thing is probably a good thing. And a bad thing is probably a bad thing. Wise words. Oh, Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to really mess with the Kilgore Durga combo. That lengthy explanation was... It really wasn't representative of how simple it is to do this. All it is equipping the items in your 2 weapon slots properly, and then hitting punch, 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 kick, and then immediately weapon swapping. Like, as far as input on your part, that's all you have to do. And here we get... Let's see, there's 3 beloveds. The next one will spawn after I kill these 2. I'm at really low health, though. Oh, shit, it doesn't help that I took an axe swipe. Oh, no, that's really not good. That's really, really not good. I don't want to die to beloveds, and... Oh. Oh no. I would really, really like to not die to enemies as weak as beloveds. That would be swell. So there's one... I have no idea what happened to my controls in the camera there for a second. You what? Okay. So, while I'm talking about this Colonel Kilgore Durga combo, let's just show that off real quick and make sure I don't die and be completely ashamed. You can see how crazy that damage is and how easy it is to do. That's why it's generally kind of frowned upon by people. Oh, I really want this Harmony to come to me right now. I really don't want to have to chase him down. Oh, also, if you notice, as I kill these guys, the water level's rising. Fun fact, that's because the enemies here, the reason they're golden and kind of liquid looking, they're composed of holy water, apparently. Oh, another fun fact about the Beloveds are connected in some significant way to Resident Evil 4's El Gigante enemies. So they were, number one, they were inspired by the El Gigante, and you must be kidding me! That is how I died? That's like the most unceremonious death. Oh, no. Fuck that. Beast mode is engaged. Having none of that. Oh, that's so terrible. Oh. Anyway, I'm just... Oh. I'm just talking about the El Gigantes. So the Beloveds were, one, inspired by the El Gigante. They were referred to internally by Platinum as Gigante Angels. They were, let's see, they were modeled by a guy who Kamiya refers to as Hattori, which I think refers to Yoshifumi Hattori, who worked on not only on Resident Evil 4 and Bayonetta, but I think also the original Resident Evil, I think God Hand, Vanquish, Okami, the original Steel Battalion, and second favorite on my list aside from Bayonetta. The first two Dino Crisis games, he did animations and modeling for them, and I love those games. Also, you can see there just how much damage the Colonel Kilgore combo does. It one-shotted the first Beloved, and I, even without that, beasted the shit out of the last one. So I'm pretty happy. The other awesome thing about Colonel Kilgore here is you can lock on enemies and use the charge modifier to fire a rocket and blast them out of the sky if they're flying enemies, like the annoying little Harmonies here. Also, I'd like to point out once again, Beast Mode is indeed engaged. I like this. I like not dying horribly and wrecking Harmony's days. I love that. Such a fun game. Especially when you play it well. It's a game that pays in fun to improve at, and there is so much room to improve constantly. It's such a deep game. Anyway, where was I? Something about Gigantes and Hattori. Let's see. There was one more connection made to the El Gigantes. Oh, okay. Both the El Gigante and the Beloveds are programmed by a programmer on Platinum staff named Don-san, and I don't know his full name. I only know him by what Kamiya repeatedly refers to him as. I couldn't figure out his full name. I figured out who Hattori was, not Don-san. But yeah, Don-san is apparently responsible for programming a lot of like the enemy AI, and he's responsible for a lot of the combat and the way the enemies respond and react and stuff. And I'm not gonna have too much time because the chapter's already over. I'm not gonna have too much time to talk about some of the work he's done on the game. I really want to talk about some of what he brings to the table specifically, because I haven't gotten the chance to too much so far throughout the Let's Play. Or rather, I haven't found the opportunity. There's plenty, because the whole game is combat and enemies and enemy design and shit. So there have been plenty of opportunities, I just haven't taken them. Either way, I want to talk more about Don-san and his contribution to the game, probably in the next episode, because I'm not going to have time to here. Wow, even this angel attack I'm doing pretty well on. Apparently it takes 3 really stupid deaths. No, wait. 2 deaths and a near-death experience, plus shaking off a month and a half of rust to unlock Beast Mode, because the last several minutes have been going perfectly. I like that. So, too bad this pattern of beasting things is probably not going to live too much longer through future episodes. Oh, also, I just want to point out, I'm not gonna cruise control through the game and abuse the Durga Kilgore thing throughout the whole playthrough. It's really fun to see it in action a few times, but it's clearly too strong, and I'm gonna refrain from using it a ton. Let's see. So the next chapter is another boss chapter. Till then, though, thank you guys for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.